Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 25 Live Feed Spoilers. Welcome to Lucky Day 13. The veto ceremony is today. Let's be honest, it's probably not going to be that lucky for a couple of people in the house.
No, it's not. But I mean, 13 is a lucky number. It's your birthday. Not today, but October
Eh.
13th. Yep.
Yeah, it's coming up. There will be a chance to celebrate that down the road. Now, unfortunately for the people in the house, mostly Riley, this is not going to be a day we're celebrating. We'll take you through everything that happened over the past couple of days here, things that are being set up, how Hisam suddenly believes that I am king of Big Brother. I can tell everybody what to do. I already saw an exact model of what not to do as HOH, and I thought, that looks like a good idea. I'm gonna try that on for size. I don't know why my Hisam sounds like a Disney prince, but here we go, everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, we've had two HOHs and two cases of HOH-itis.
Is there I was about to think, is there a cure? No, there's probably not a cure at this point. Everybody, I'm gonna laugh if everybody the rest of the season now thinks that this is how they have to be HOH and I don't know, somebody who's been like nondescript so far this season, like watch Bowie Jane, who's been in the background, she's gonna be HOH, and all of a sudden she just starts talking a million miles an hour.
That'll work out well for Suri. I mean, she came in with such a big target on her back, and now it's like other people are really putting the targets on themselves. Everything is working out, Suri.
All right, well, before we do move forward here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. See, my weird alternate universe Hisam really wants you guys to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any other updates. Also, join us on Patreon tomorrow night. We've got a link in the description below. We are doing our weekly live stream over there. We chat about Big Brother. It's a really, really good time. We've had a blast doing it so far, and thank you to everyone who has joined our Patreon so far.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, let's start with HOH. As you mentioned, it's Hisam. He is having a bit of HOH-itis. Cameron and Riley are the nominees. We had the veto played, and who won? Also Hisam.
I'm doing everything this week, guys. Yeah, but the live feeds were down for such an insane amount of time, like overnight even. Like this led to a lot of just, I don't know, really weird speculation as to like what's going on. Anytime the feeds are longer than like 3 hours, everyone starts to lose their collective minds.
Mhm.
I still don't have any idea, by the way, as to why the feeds were down for as long as they were. It's like unless the show proves us otherwise, like when the veto airs, there is no way this thing lasted like the entirety of the night leading into the morning.
It was a very long time. It is kind of strange. I mean, maybe we'll figure something out, maybe we won't. It's always hard to know.
Well, here's the big surprise, everybody, given that Hisam made these nominations in the first place. Of course he's not going to use it. The veto ceremony, it hasn't happened yet, but it's probably going to happen in a few hours, and Cameron and Riley are going to stay on the block.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, Riley is still the target over Cameron, and I mean, I don't know if this is the best way to go about it, but, Cameron is somebody who, down the line, if he's winning stuff, he could really be winning stuff. I'd be a little more worried. I know that we're in a situation here where Riley's already won, but I wouldn't be as worried about Riley.
Okay, I'm finding myself in a very weird, conflicted position here emotionally because I don't like Cameron. I feel like I have already made this very, very
Also
clear.
that.
Yeah, he's not enjoyable. He doesn't make me feel comfortable watching him on feeds all the time. I'm not over here wearing the Riley fan club t-shirt. I think she is kind of a disaster, but let's be honest. What would we all rather watch on the show and on the live feeds? I want to watch a disaster. I want Riley to stay because Riley produces drama, and we should all want a certain. Can we imagine if Riley wins HOH again? Like, what is that gonna look like?
Yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned, Hisam is developing HOH itis. He's basically giving his group of players, his alliance, a bunch of orders what to do to start making bonds with other people, but don't name them as alliances. Just make bonds with other. He's making it very specific of what his group can do and within their alliance, and he's won so much, and Suri is really tiring of him. But I mean, for me, I just think Suri is in a good position with Hisam acting like this, because while it's tiring to have somebody telling you what to do all the time, and it's annoying, and I totally understand that, he's won a bunch of stuff. He is annoying everybody, which is great. He's part of your alliance, so he's protecting all of you guys, and he can win a lot. So when he wins, he's going to continue protecting you guys. So it works out for now. And this is a very long game. It's 100 days. We're on day 13. So I get that she's irritated by him, but this is really helpful because he's making himself such a huge target that here we are where Suri is now not the huge target of the house. For her, I'd be like, okay, amazing, perfect. I'm not the target. Hisam's going to continue to be the target. He's going to make himself bigger and bigger and bigger as a target. That will get me through for a little while until it's time.
It's a really interesting situation that Suri finds herself in, because I think historically, Suri is somebody who doesn't always like other people sort of telling her what to do in any sort of situation. And Hisam is a big fan of saying what people should do and not do. And he is kind of the fun police in a lot of ways. Like, as a viewer, I don't like watching the fun police, but if I am in the house, sometimes there can be value in having the fun police sort of stick around for a little while. Like, I feel like if you're Suri, I mean, one, you shouldn't win HOH like anytime soon. There's no real need for you to do that. That's like, if Hisam ends up being targeted by somebody else, great. Just let them have their fun. You don't need to get in the way and try to keep that from happening or whatever else. That's fine. I don't think she needs to like actively go all out in getting rid of Hisam right now. I will say this though. I have integrity. I will play this game with integrity. I want to send anyone who talks about integrity to the Nether region just so fast. Have them stay there. They can talk to all the ghosts and all the other weirdness in the Nether region about their integrity. This is not the game for it. I'm over it.
No, this is Big Brother. This is a game. This house has been built on lies. Like, if you're in this house, at some point you're going to end up having to lie and deceive and keep secrets. And this is not a game of integrity. This is do what it takes to get to the end. It always has been. It always will be. It's always so weird to hear people say, I'm going to play this game with integrity. You're on the wrong show.
Okay, here I'm going to, since we're talking about weirdness in universes here, I'm going to quantum leap into Suri for a moment here. Here's what I Suri Field should do. I have Hisam maybe stay for a week or two. Maybe that's fine. But then I want him out before jury. And you know why I want him out before jury? I don't want him over there talking about integrity in the jury house. Like, I do not want any votes in the jury to be based on integrity. So, Hisam, you can go at that point. All right, I'm done. I'm now quantum leaping myself back out of Suri.
Yeah, because the only other option she would really have, and I mean, this is the option everybody needs to have because everybody forgets about jury management, is to just really manage him. If he's going into jury, manage him going into jury so that he's in there singing her praises. It's always the thing that trips up players that should have won but didn't.
The real other problem that I think Suri has with all of this is just sort of like, if you do want to go after Hisam, you guys got this Professor's Alliance, you've got these other people, you have to get every other person on board, and this is like, Bowie Jane, who is sort of everybody who remembers Gin City, it was like, okay, she was an interesting looking person. She was different than the rest of the cast. I got why they cast her, but it was just sort of like, what is she doing in the game? Bowie Jane is Gin City's second coming. It's like, what is she doing in the game?
I think it's tough when there's this many people and you're in such a huge alliance. I'm of the opinion that if you don't need to do something, don't do it. You don't need to do too much. This is why Kirsten's not in the game anymore. Like you have to do things when you need to do things, and if you don't need to do things, just stop.
You know who else is annoyed with Hisam?
You?
Well, yes, me, but like
Me?
you as well. My girl Izzy. Izzy, congratulations. You are now my girl Izzy, because you are completely out of your mind a lot of the time, but Izzy is so entertaining. I love Izzy. I would hate to be in the house with Izzy because Izzy would drive me crazy.
Yeah,
But
she's wonderful entertainment.
she's so entertaining. She's so annoyed with Hisam. She's like the perfect person to be paired with Suri, mostly because watching Suri be driven crazy is also really entertaining.
Yeah.
Suri has already sort of floated this idea of, okay, and she said this to Izzy and to Jared, that we should think about keeping Riley. And this is sort of my tinfoil hat theory here. If you want to get out Hisam sooner rather than later, you need to find a way to keep Riley in the game, because you are going to need other people who are loyal to you, who will consider being loyal to you if you're going to make this other move that may end up angering some other people in the house. You have to have some sort of backup plan. If you keep Riley, Riley is probably going to be somewhat loyal to you along with like some of her other minions that are currently in the game.
Well, the good thing about keeping Riley as well is just if you want Hisam out at some point, Riley has won HOH already. She is capable of winning. We know that. So she's capable of winning it a second time. And who is she probably going to target? It would be Hisam. I mean, he's put her on the block. He's won the veto, kept her on the block, and he's targeting her. So if she gets herself back into power, or that side of the house gets into power, Riley's going to be in their ear to get rid of Hisam.
So Izzy she seems to be okay with targeting Hisam soon, but she doesn't seem to be that great with keeping Riley right now. She doesn't want to make Hisam angry. And this is my favorite part. Izzy and Jared think Suri is doing too much. Izzy thinks that someone in Big Brother is doing too much. Shall we repeat this a few times?
Right?
Like, Izzy, you invented doing too much. Like, okay, I really, like I've said, I hope that this happens. I would like to see that this happens, but Suri can't go and do this on her own. She can't go and like try to keep Riley on her own. She's gonna need like some element of backup, some other people on her side if she wants to make that happen.
Yeah, for sure. And, Suri told Jag that, and Riley that she'd keep her. So, I mean, it's just, she does need more people.
The Suri and Jag and Riley situation is another indicator that as fun as Riley can be on the feeds, she is an absolutely terrible Big Brother player. She does not know how to keep anything to herself at any given time.
Listen, I think I'm gonna give Riley a little bit of a pass. I know this is like, lulls because because Suri had been like, keep this to yourselves, and then Riley told Corey, America, and then Corey went back and told Suri. But here's the thing, is that you're trying to build trust with people, and the way, the currency for building trust with people is telling people stuff.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know that that's what would happen, but she has to take a chance. And everybody in this house does need to take a chance, but lols.
Riley is just, she doesn't know how to keep it. Riley is the craziest player, because it's like one side of it, she's just like so bad at this. And yet, Jack still seems to be fairly loyal to her. It seems like she does still have people who want to work with her for some reason that is completely, I don't know if it's just like early divisions in the game. I don't know if some of these dudes are just thirsty. Like, I don't know what it is, but it is the people are still very, very loyal to Riley in the game.
I think it's because the house is split, everybody kind of feels out that the house is split. You made your choice and you kind of have to stick with what you have. You can't really flip flop around because once that starts happening, then that whole side falls apart. Then the other side is just strong.
Okay, I've already said that Izzy is my girl. Can I say that Corey is my boy? I don't
You
know how
have said that.
I don't know how many people I'm allowed to claim on this season.
As many as you like.
Corey, my
Indeed.
boy Corey, had this discussion with Riley that basically, who would have thought Corey is going to be like, I don't know, the voice of reason at times here, because he's basically like, Riley, if you want to have Suri, you need to find a way to work on Izzy, because Suri is not going to vote for you just like by yourself. You need to find a way to get some other people. And good on you, Corey, for like being direct, saying something, have that thing make some sort of sense, and not have somebody be mad at you after the fact, being like, how could this person say something like that to me? Gee, maybe they're trying to help you.
Yeah, and Jag tried to echo something very similar, but he's kind of vague about it. I mean, he wants to be very sort of diplomatic about things and not get too much blood on his hands. It's early on.
I
He doesn't want to rock the boat.
I want to like Jag. I said before the season that Jag was my guy. It's just, Jag, you talk in so many circles that people are getting dizzy and falling over. Just say it. It's okay. Just say what you mean, get it out there, and then we can all move forward. I feel like I could say something to I had a bowl of cereal for breakfast. Here's how Jag would talk about his breakfast. So I went into the kitchen and I saw there was a bowl, and I was sort of like, do I want to get that bowl? Do I want to have something else? I feel like I ate something. I might have eaten something out of a box. I might have poured it into a bowl. I might have eaten a few bites of it and put it in the sink. It's just say you had the freaking cereal, Jag. I'm sorry. It's because I want to believe in you. I'm getting so upset that you talk like this.
I still believe in Jag. I think he's just he's in a weird spot because his number one is Riley and she's on the block and she's the target right now. I think if he pushes too hard and pushes too hard for her or pushes her too hard, people are going to see it. And if she's the target and she's going home and they see how hard he's pushing, which he's not, but if he does, we've seen that before in the Big Brother house, blow up all over people and then they're the next one out.
He's got to be really careful with how he handles these next few days, like especially after the veto ceremony, because I'm sure he'll want to go out there and campaign for Riley and all that, and it's good to do it to a certain extent, but there's got to be a limit to all things.
Absolutely.
All right, so Riley's biggest issue, I should say biggest issue, because let's be honest, there are more than one issue at hand here. She really feels a lot like people owe her things. Like, she helped to save Jared at like that, whatever we want to call it, the denomination ceremony or whatever else after week 1. Or Felicia, Felicia was on the block, sure, but she wasn't the target. These people owe her. They should do whatever they can to help her now. Is owing people or having people owe you a great strategy in Big Brother?
It depends on how you word it. You can't go up to somebody and be like, you owe me, but you can be like, hey, remember that time that this happened and I was able to help you out with it? It'd be really cool if, you help me out now, because now I'm the person that needs a favor. And if you can help me out with that favor, that'd be great. And if you can't, that's okay too. But, just remember that this happened.
Yeah, it's nuance. It's nuance. You gotta be careful, because other people are probably like, what have you done for me lately? What are you gonna do for me moving forward? And so it's like, if you're Riley at this point, you gotta just be like, I can help you. I can make your game easier. People are gonna continue to come after me. these are good things for you. Do you really want Cameron to be in the house a little bit longer? I don't think she's gonna say that, but I would die laughing if she did.
Yeah.
It's okay. Finally, it's time to get again for me to be frustrated about Jag.
All right.
He's clearly suspicious of Jared, and I think a lot of us have just sort of been like, why are people not figuring out Jared? Because Jared is clearly, the big problem here. He is the reason why anybody outside opposed to Sariq can never get anything done, and Jag knows something is off, and yet Jag continues, and I think it's once again because he is so freaking vague with how he talks to people that he doesn't ever put his foot down. He just lets other people talk him out of it. He just lets other people sort of say whatever, and he'll just be like, oh, all right. And then he just sort of moves about. Trust yourself, Jag. It's okay. You have good intuition. Unfortunately, you may be aligned with somebody who does not always have good intuition.
It's true.
Okay, well, this is where we are right now. We'll see what the veto ceremony has in store.
Yeah.
We will be back on Wednesday. We'll talk about the aftermath of that. Can Riley pull a rabbit out of her hat? Will she prove to be the second coming of a next great Big Brother player?
We will see, but every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we are here talking about Big Brother in the mornings. We have live feed updates for you, and every Tuesday night, we have a live stream going on over at our Patreon. So that is tomorrow night. We're going to be having a live stream over there. We have the link for you in the description so that you can go over and join us tomorrow night.
Thank you guys for watching so much. Thank you to all of our patrons. We'll see you next time.